I took my friend to Imperial Spa in San Francisco's Japantown yesterday. About 90 minutes into our hot tubbing, 2 attendants came in, singled him out, and asked him if he was transgender. He responded, "That's inappropriate. Why are you asking?" And they replied, "Because we had complaints." My friend responded, "I'm a man, so obviously I'm going to use the men's facilities." They got embarrassed and left. It felt pretty gross, so we got dressed to leave. My friend said he wanted to ask them about their policies. I got my phone ready because I had a feeling it would not go well, and this is what happened.
Good. So I'm just curious, do you have an anti-trans policy? Are trans people not allowed to be here?
So how we go based on that is, we go based female and male going to the parts. So if you have the female parts, you go to the female side. If you have the male parts, you go to the male side.
I'm not sure what you're meaning
So
by
as in like physical parts, as in like your genitals.
Yes.
If you have the woman genital still, you go to the woman side. And if you have the male genital, a penis, you go to the male side.
Well, what about women who have penises and men who have vaginas?
You go to
How
that
do you
side.
segregate them?
We still go based on genital parts.
So you would put a man in the women's room?
So if they have the parts, yes.
That's not a man, though, necessarily.
We just go based off the genitals. So you were with, you're assigned with if the male has the genital part.
If you put a man in the women's room, you're going to have huge problems. You can't
So
do that.
We have transgender male. They feel totally, if they still have, we're going to talk how it is. If they still have their vagina, they go on the female side. They feel totally comfortable. Because we go based on what they have, on the genitals.
Yeah, but you have, I mean, if somebody is a man, they need to go in the men's room. Just full
If
stop.
they don't have genital parts, we cannot let them go in.
You can't say that somebody's not a man based on what their parts are. If they're
But,
licensed
how-
and what they have said they are a man, you can't say that they're not allowed to go in a
But
particular room.
that's our policy. So
Is that
Where
their
is
pol-
that
where's that
written?
policy?
Because I've never
Fully
actually
nude.
seen
Yeah,
that.
let's see
Yes.
that.
So
you have genitalia written into your policy? Can
no,
I see
but
that,
it
please?
has to go. That's how we go based off.
Well, that would need to be like in a policy for people
Yeah.
to be aware of that, because
So that's
I
why
don't see that on your website. Is that written somewhere that genitalia is
it's
part of your
not
policy?
written, but we still go based off the gender and if their genital parts.
That's literally not how anybody defines men and women, especially in San Francisco.
Yes,
if a
but
man
that's
looks
how
like a
we
man, or if they define themselves as a man,
Well, also
then they
if
go
they are
in the men's
legally
room.
a man,
And if they are legally a man,
We
sure.
go
you
based
have a
on
man
the
on your
parts
driver's
because-
license.
So yeah, but we still go based on the parts. So if you have a female part, you go to the female side. If you have a male part, you go to the male side.
So, just so you're clear, that is anti-trans rhetoric. That is
So that's
discriminatory
the rule that we're saying. You have to keep
anti-trans
recording
rhetoric.
and then put that, but that's what we go based off.
Okay, I'm just letting you know
And
that
I mean,
is.
so next time when you guys record, you have to ask for my consent.
Not necessarily,
Yes,
no.
necessarily.
Go
Okay, and
for
we
it.
also have the right to refuse our service.
It's
So if
fine.
if
I
don't
would never
feel
come back here,
comfortable,
and I
of
wouldn't
course.
ever tell anyone trans to come here
Okay.
because you are spouting anti-trans rhetoric.
And I've been
That's just
coming
a
here
fact.
for 20 years, and I've never heard anything so ridiculous as somebody come in and ask a man who is in the men's room whether or not they belong in there.
Our customers, a lot of customers are complaining, so we have to go.
Your customers, you should be educating them on what a man is and what a woman is, and it's none of their fucking business. If somebody
just
says that
going
they're a
based-
man and you've got a man that's in the men's room, then it's none of their business. They don't have a right to complain.
It's
You
about
also
the
don't have a
parts.
right to judge
parts.
people
No one's
based on
judging,
their
we're
no
just
listen
saying
Sure,
based
you are.
on
You're
their
saying-
medical information. So just so you're clear, this conversation is starting now because he came up to me and asked me if I was transgender. So transgender status is a protected medical classification under HIPAA. So you don't actually have the right to go up to anyone and inquire if they
Okay,
are
but if we go
transgender.
inside
Furthermore,
and they
there are
see a
intersex
female
people.
part, that's what we say.
Furthermore,
So
there are intersex people that scientifically, medically do not fall into a binary gender, and you cannot tell that by looking at them. So the only way you know a man and a woman is based on what someone tells you they are.
Well,
So-
a lot of customers came and told us they've seen that, so we have, as my job, women go this way, men go this way. And we go based on gender.
Okay. But just so we're clear, I am not a woman.
Okay, but
So
we're
You see
going
the
I
based
marker?
would
on the
never,
parts.
ever, ever go
California
into a
says he's a
woman's
man. The
locker
state
room.
of California.
Okay, but we're going on the parts. So that's how we run our spa.
What you need to do is publish that policy because it is not fair to accost customers when they are here at a spa. You need to publish your policy on your website. So if you are going to segregate people by genitalia, you need to state that on your website. Does that make
Yeah, you have
sense?
to be clear about who you want. And who
Yeah,
you
so
don't want.
if you have anti-trans rhetoric built into your policy, you need to state that so people are aware of that, right? You need to stand by your policy. You need to publish your policy. You can't just let people come here and be accosted by this bullshit.
Yeah,
right?
that was pretty rude.
So
We will
you need to
speak
publish
about
that,
Yeah.
right? Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Say who you want, and then the people you want will be here. And that is not going to be me as a cis man in the men's room anymore either, because this is anti-transgender policy, it's anti-transgender rhetoric. It's completely unacceptable in this day and age, and completely unacceptable in San Francisco. Really anywhere, but specifically here.
And specifically at this moment in time when transgender people are literally being eradicated
Okay.
out of legal existence, you guys should really be ashamed of yourselves.
Yeah, this is shameful behavior.
Have a great night.